Like being nominated for Best New Artist for a Grammy, that must be nice.
It was, but there's a story about that. Hold on, my dog wants to come in. But David, there's a story about that makes it not what you thought. Here's my dog. Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's nothing but nice.
Okay, so I would have thought it was nothing but nice too. But here's what happened. I'm nominated for Best New Artist, and my manager at the time said, now this may or may not be true, but this is what my manager said at the time. Sony doesn't want you to go to the Grammys because you're not going to win. They didn't want to pay for my ticket to go to LA, from New York to LA, come on, to appear at the Grammys. And either they thought they knew I wasn't going to win because they were already, and they'd already put all their eggs in the basket of Arrested Development, and they wanted Arrested Development to win. But the thing is, what would have been perfect, and if I had been my mother, I would have said, it doesn't matter what Sony wants. What matters is that the world is saying that they love your music, and you have to go and say thank you. Now that's what I wanted. And it actually makes me kind of cry because I didn't get that chance. Because it was so political. And it's terrible because it made me feel, less than this big. So in other words, the Grammy was almost a punishment, or the nomination was almost a punishment at the time. And the Grammys were upset that I didn't show up. And I didn't know that. I thought they didn't want me to, because when your record company says they don't want you to show up, you feel that the world feels that way, because they were my world. They were promoting me. They signed me. I thought they were like my parents,
And yeah.
So anyways, and don't feel bad for me, because I did get the nomination, and my life has been amazing. I'm just saying that when I think of the child that I was, and now I'm a mother, I wouldn't ever let that happen to my children. I would get right in there and I would say, you're going, and I'm going to make sure you look fantastic and you thank everybody who voted for you. That's what I've evolved to. But it's taken being a mother to really understand how I must have felt as a child.
Right. It's such a political business. Like, they just say Arrested Development is who we want it back. And it's the same record company, and that's how it
was then. I'm not saying anything bad about the Grammy. They were, and I found out later, many years later, that the Grammy board, whatever, really was upset that I didn't go. They made this beautiful mural of me. Apparently, wow. I didn't watch it because I felt so left out, And the thing is, David, this stuff comes from childhood. This feeling of being left out, not wanted, kicked out, is all from my childhood. Because truthfully, if I had not felt that way as a child, I would have said, F you, Sony, I'm going. But I didn't have those balls. So anyways, what I did find out was the Grammy people really did want me to come, and were upset that I didn't come. And that to me was even more upsetting later. That was like the next level of the band. That they felt slighted by me. And I was like, oh my God, by me. Right. You know what I mean? So this is the thing you have to know about the world. And this is why you need, good parents, and you need at least somebody on your team. And my manager was a jerk, and that person should have said, she has to go. This is her career, it's her business. Sony's only a part of it. Right?
Yeah.
And it's not even Sony now. I'm not trying to say all corporations are this way. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that was what happened then. Those were the powers that be then. Maybe they were afraid I was going to say I'm omnisexual. Maybe they were afraid I was going to say something like rebellious, because I was, definitely I spoke my mind. So maybe they were afraid, we don't want to get her in front of a mic. Maybe that's what they were thinking. Who knows, David?
Who knows? But
right?
If you had to do it over again, you would go.
Of course I would go. I would go, and I would be really grateful.